Hey folks, Gully here. So yeah, we have some movement in the BBBEE thing. Today the Minister of Trade and Industry put out a new Gazette in which he repealed some of the old sector codes. So pretty much the construction sector code, if you are in the construction sector, it is now official. Your old codes have been repealed and you will now be rated according to the new codes of good conduct or good practice, whatever they call them. So construction sector codes have been repealed, as well as the Chartered Accountancy sector codes. That has also been repealed. It is official, and what that means is you will now be rated on the new codes. It's actually not necessarily bad news, because at the previously there was a bit of concern because everybody was expecting it to be repealed, but nobody knew when it was going to happen. So if it got repealed before your financial year end and you prepared on the old codes for your rating, you would have a problem. And if it doesn't get repealed and you still had to get rated on the old codes, you might have a problem. So it was a bit confusing. So at least the benefit of this is that it has been repealed. At least the guys in the construction sector and the Chartered Accountancy sector now know where they stand. So in the same Gazette, the Minister also said that the other sector codes will still be rated according to their old sector codes. So it hasn't been repealed. So tourism sector code, that's already the new sector code, so that's fine, that's going on. Property sector code, everybody in the property sector will still be rated according to their old sector codes until such a time as the new codes have been approved and gazetted. Agri-BEE sector code, the drafts are also out, so as soon as those drafts have been finalized and gazetted, they will come into play, but at the moment you are still being rated on the old codes. Same goes for the forest sector code, the financial services sector code, the ICT sector code, and the integrated transport sector code. So all of those guys are still getting rated on the old codes and not on the new codes, which of course is a little bit of a problem. You know, my company, for instance, I'm in the marketing sector code, and the draft marketing sector codes are out, but they differ from the normal codes of good conduct or good practice. So what that means is I get rated on what I've done by the end of my financial year end, which is 28th of February, which is literally 2 weeks away. So if I prepare for the for the normal codes of good practice, by the time I get rated, if the marketing codes have been gazetted, I would have prepared wrong, because there would have been some of the things that I wouldn't have done. If I prepare for the marketing codes, for the new marketing sector codes by financial year end, and I get rated in September, and by then the new marketing sector codes has not been gazetted yet, then I'm still stuck, because then once again I have prepared for the wrong codes. So what that actually forces me to do right now is to prepare for both sets of codes. I need to do everything on both sides so that I can actually get the rating that I need for my customers when I do get rated, because I don't know whether the Minister is going to gazette the new codes or if he's not going to gazette the new codes before I get rated. And that's pretty much the same problem that all of these guys are still sitting in, obviously, except the tourism sector code. So most of these codes now, you are still getting rated on the old codes until such a time as the Minister says you are now getting rated on the new codes. So the only thing you can do is you have to prepare for all the elements in the old and the new codes, so that if you, by the time you get rated, depending on which one is up or down, you can get your score that you require. So not an easy thing. Like I said, at least now construction and chartered accountancy knows what they need to prepare for. All right, cheers.